Today I've got the dreadnought up with me, which we haven't seen for a while, and honestly I haven't used it for a while either, so it was a really good excuse to bust it out of the shed and to fire it up. So I've got some beautiful beef ribs from Brian's Family Butchery in Moree, and in another clip you'll actually see me interview him and talk about the exciting things that he's going through as a business owner. It's really great to see that our local businesses are really getting back on their feet after hard times during COVID. So what we're going to do now is just make a very basic, simple rub for these beef ribs, and I'm just doing literally a salt, pepper, garlic mix, and it's just equal thirds. Because I'm doing beef ribs, I'm trying to go for a little bit more of a coarse texture with the rub. So I've just got some cracked black pepper here, and I'm literally just going to put 40 grams, which is perfect as one of these jars. So upend that bad boy. I've already got 40 grams of salt in here, and then so that's all done. If you're out in a campsite like I am, and you're not really comfortable with eyeballing stuff, you can just, fill this jar up with your other ingredients and pour it all in, but I'll just eyeball it. It's okay. Like, as we all know and we've heard before, is that, meat loves salt, salt loves meat. So, we're just gonna go with that, and then the pepper is just gonna bring in that little bit of spice, and then we're going to add some texture to it. So now we're just gonna add some granulated garlic as well, about 40 grams of that. And it's okay to go a little bit more. I mean, garlic's just going to bring that balance to the salt and the pepper. There's also obviously give that garlic flavor. So we're just going to give that a quick mix around. You can use a whisk if you want to. I'm just going to mix it up. And yeah, so basically from there we'll get the beef ribs out, and we'll oil it up, and then we'll get the rub on. Almost sneeze there. Pepper. Oh, tickling my nose. Oh, that was a good one. It was so close. Didn't quite happen. So in any case, yeah, we're gonna get the beef ribs, we're gonna pull the membrane off, we're gonna oil it up, and get this rub on, and we'll bang it into the dreadnought. This is actually half of the amount of beef ribs I've got. I didn't bother bringing the whole lot out because, well, it's going to be the same process no matter what, so I'm not going to bore you with that. So I've already started peeling the membrane off. These can be quite tricky. You really kind of bend down and really focus on trying to get it. Some people use paper towels, some people use a spoon to try and link in, between the membrane and the bones, but I've been fortunate enough to actually get most of it just by peeling it with my hands here. So I'm just going to do my best to get as much off as I can. It is quite tough, and it's not something that enjoyable that you want to eat. It becomes really chewy and stuff, so you can get rid of it to make more of an enjoyable experience, and why not? So yeah, I'm just going to peel it off best that I can. We're not really going for perfection here anyways. This is generally this is the bone side, which you're not really going to eat anyways. It just makes it easier when flavouring and stuff like that. It allows the rub to penetrate through. So I'm just going to do my best. Like I said, it is quite tough. Just peel that off. Alright, so next thing's next. We're just going to get a little bit of oil and use that as a binder. We're going to rub that oil all over. Get a little bit more. And we're going to put this rub that we made on all sides of the beef as well. And essentially the oil is just to be used as a glue to hold the rub on. You can trim off the fat if you want, especially if you're going to do competitions and stuff. You can trim it off and make it all nice, but I generally just leave it on because fat is flavour. And this, in the cook time that we're going to go with, it will render down and it will still be enjoyable. So I'm not going to stress too much about it. Knowing me, I'll knock it over. Okay, rubby time. So we're just going to sprinkle it on. You get a nice coat. I'm trying spreading it around a little bit before I pat it in. You've heard me say that a heap of times before, you know, always pat your rubs in, don't rub them in. Nothing's changed here. When you do make your own SPG mix like this, the salt does get to the bottom very easily because it's, you know, thinner than the pepper and the garlic granules. Ideally, if you used a little bit more of a coarse salt, it wouldn't do that as much. Unfortunately, I didn't have that opportunity like when preparing for today, so I've just used what I had, so it's all good. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and cover this beef rib up with the rub, and then we'll get it onto the dreadnought. And when we get it on the dreadnought, it's over there preheating at 225 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to keep running with that for at least 8 hours. And during that time it's cooking, we're going to prepare a smoked macaroni and cheese to go with it, which is going to be absolutely delicious. I'm not going to put my hand on this because it is very hot. It's sitting, what have we got here, 250 degrees Fahrenheit, which is around about 100 degrees Celsius here. So I've got the beef ribs all rubbed up. I'm going to lift this up, it's going to give out a waft of smoke and I'm not going to be able to see for 2 seconds, so then I'm going to whack these beef ribs in there, shut the lid, and we're going to leave them for about 8 hours. So here we go, there's our big waft of smoke. Delicious, delicious smoke. In it goes. Again. Now with the rub that's left over on the cutting board here, I'm just going to sprinkle on the top as well. Not going to let that escape. Alright, so shut that lid. I'm going to let that go for about 8 hours, maintaining a temperature on the fire with wood. And at the very end of the long wait, we're going to have something absolutely delicious. The beef ribs have been in for quite some time now, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to get my Inkbird 1HT probe, instant read probe thermometer and give a check. And I thought I'd just share this with you guys as well. Like, these are an absolutely amazing bit of kit right here. It's USB-C charged, and so it doesn't turn on until you pull the probe out. It's got a backlit display, Celsius, Fahrenheit, all the normal things that you need. And yeah, like, it's very simple. When you turn it off, it'll automatically turn off as well. The fact that it's USB-C charged, absolutely fantastic. You can charge it in your car if you're out in the campsite like I am today. So I'm just going to have these beef ribs checked with this probe, and if they're reading at 200, we're all happy days. And it looks like the chef's not going hungry tonight, so what I'm going to do is get these beef ribs off, and I've also got a smoked mac and cheese, and I had a bit of spare pork belly, so I just threw that down the bottom, so that'll keep going, and the mac and cheese is also ready as well. So let's get these beef ribs off, and yeah, we'll let them rest for a little bit, and we'll sink our laughing gear into it. I've just got the smoked mac and cheese out of the dreadnought, so the beef ribs have been resting. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to plate this bad boy up, and then I'm going to start getting into it because I'm hungry and I'm sick of waiting. So just going to get myself a nice good serving of this mac and cheese. And then I've got my nice beef rib here. And right there is a meal for me. Maybe even the rest of this tray as well, you know, why not? But look, this does look absolutely amazing. I am quite excited to get into this, but look, hey, if you've enjoyed this video so far, please don't forget to like and subscribe, share and comment. If you've got any questions, bang them down below. As far as all the products that you've seen today, I'll have a link in the description. And yeah, look, I look forward to chatting to you online. So thank you again for watching, but I'm gonna eat up. Cheers.